Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Programming with a Purpose. Today I am going to discuss a very important feature of Swiftui, in which we are going to discuss basically about some of the macros that will help us to pass data inside a view or in other views. So let's first create a Swiftui based Xcode project. Here I am entering the product name and the project is created. I'm maximizing the window. So let's first create a struct that is going to contain our data. So a struct book is created with two properties, name and author, both of type string. The type is also called the type annotation. So here I'm going to pass this book object here. I'm fixing some of the typos. So now there is going to occur a few errors because in preview we haven't passed any value to content view. And at another place which I'm going to fix in a while. First let's pass the book.name inside a text in vstack in content view body. So here I'm passing some of the static values by creating an object of book. I'm passing the same values inside my main file where content view is being called. This is basically the starting point of the application, the window group. So now all errors will be fixed when we will be able to see the output on the preview. So here you are going to see the name of the book, which I have entered inside the preview. So now here I'm going to basically try to change the value of book.name. And let's see what happens here. So here I'm entering the new name. And there is going to occur an error. And the error says that the value is self is immutable, which means that you cannot basically change the value of book because it is not marked with @state. So @state is necessary for any view to update the value inside its body. So here I marked it as @state and the value is changed. Now I'm going to pass this object to another view which is with the name of edit view. So suppose you have created a view that will help us to change the name of the book or some other properties. So how we are going to do that, I'm going to show you here. So I'm removing the on a pair of content view, and here basically I will try to edit this book name inside edit view. But first I am going to pass this edit view inside the content view so that we'll be able to see the changes. So here in on a pair I am going to change the name of the book, and here you are going to see that an error is going to occur, which is going to tell us that the book is immutable. This is due to the reason that I have tried to change a variable that is not marked with @state. So I am doing that. But what we really want to do is basically change this name that is passed from the parent view, which is our content view. So here I am changing the body of content view, fixing some of the errors. And here you are going to see that the book name is not changed when we are printing the book.name for content view. So for that purpose we need to change @state to @binding inside our subview. So here I've changed it, and you are going to see on the right hand side that the name is changed. So this is the use of binding. If you are going to edit the value inside a subview, you are going to pass that value with the @binding macro. So here I'm going to convert my struct to class, and we are going to use this protocol observable object, and it is going to basically update the view whenever the published property of observable object is updated. So we are going to initialize it with some initial values so that we do not need to add an explicit init method. So I'm copying the values from content view into the properties on line number 11, 12. So I'm going to remove the values inside the content view because our view will be initialized whenever its object is created, like on line number 16. And how we are going to call it with the macro of @ObservedObject. So here I am basically removing the extra code of passing values in content view. So you are going to see that the book name is printed successfully. Now I am also going to basically change the call to book inside edit view to @ObservedObject to show you that wherever it is passed, it is going to be edited and changed. So here I am passing that book, and I've changed the book name inside subview, and the parent view is also changed. So now I'm going to change it to state object, and the result would remain the same. So basically, whenever you are going to call observable object protocol inside another function while creating an object or using that object, you are going to use @StateObject or @ObservedObject. So here I am showing you different cases that how these values are going to be changed. Here I'm going to change the value of the author. Since it's not published, it is not going to basically redraw the view whenever the value is changed. So here you are going to see that the value is changed whenever the book.author name is changed inside the parent view. This is because we have basically overridden the value with @StateObject. So here I'm marking it as published, and that is going to redraw the view. The change is not that clear in this example, but there is a subtle difference between these two things, @ObservedObject and StateObject, and there will be positions and conditions under which you are going to use these two macros. Here, apparently in this example, the change is not clearly visible. So what is the change? The real change basically between these two macros is that whenever you want to retain the state, for example, there is a view that is going to alter the score and you want the previous score to be retained, you are going to call it with @StateObject. And if you want the score to be reset to 0 or whatever the initial value, then you are going to basically use @ObservedObject. So whenever observed is going to be used, it is going to reset the value and the object will be destroyed and created whenever the view is updated, but not in the case of state object. Now I'm going to show you the use of environment object. So basically here I have set on line number 25 a book which is passed into an environment of content view, and it is going to give me some errors. This is due to the mistake on line number 25, which I'm going to show you how to fix it in a while. So here the issue is fixed, and you are going to see that we have called @environment object inside the subview of edit view, and how we have passed it from the main view, which is our content view, and how we have used it. So this is pretty simple and straightforward. Whenever there are a lot of views and a single object is going to be shared between them, we are going to use environment objects for that. So this is all. I hope you will be able to understand all of these concepts with the differences between them, and you will be able to successfully use it in your projects. Do not forget to like and share this video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for tuning in.